The week of February 4 to February 10, 2026 was anything but quiet. Between massive funding rounds, the release of agentic powerhouses, and a rare 100-year bond sale to fund the GPU hunger, the AI industry is currently moving at a pace that makes 2024 look like a leisurely stroll. Here is a breakdown of the top AI stories from the past week. The industry is shifting from chatbots to agents. If a model can plan, use tools, and correct itself without human handholding, it moves from being a research assistant to an actual digital employee. Bringing us close to that reality is their recent Claude update. On February 5th, Anthropic dropped its latest flagship, Claude Opus 4.6. So it's an answer to the usable context problem. While many models boast large context windows, they often suffer from the needle in a haystack problem where they forget details in the middle of the operation. So while most users are still getting used to basic chatbots, this model is designed for high-level agentic planning. According to early testers, Opus 4.6 shows a dramatic improvement in breaking down complex multi-step tasks into independent subtasks. It doesn't just talk about code, it can navigate massive code bases and autonomously fix bugs across multiple repositories, i.e., at its core is a parallel execution capability, i.e., the model introduces a sub-agent harness, i.e., instead of solving a problem step by step, it can spin up to 100 sub-agents to handle independent tasks, i.e., like searching different parts of a code base, doing it, i.e., simultaneously. GitHub liked it, apparently, and gave it a score of 80.9% on its SWE bench, i.e., a rigorous test that measures an AI's ability to solve real-world GitHub issues autonomously. And I think that's great. So on other news on February 9, reports surfaced that OpenAI is closing in on a massive new funding round that would value the company at $100 billion. So here's the story. Reports circulating between February 6 and February 9 suggested that OpenAI is attempting the largest private capital raise in history. Reports vary a bit on the numbers. While some pointed to a $100 billion valuation, others suggest a mere $100 billion capital raise for their project Stargate. So Stargate is meant to be a massive 4 million square foot flagship AI supercomputing campus in Abilene, Texas. It is and it's designed to run on custom silicon developed with Amazon and will reportedly bypass the public grid by powering itself with small modular reactors for nuclear power. What else? But what if ChatGPT's sluggish growth lately? CEO Sam Altman took the opportunity to calm internal nerves within the company, saying that ChatGPT's monthly growth rate has re-accelerated to over 10%. And he shared internally that ChatGPT's monthly growth has accelerated thanks to enterprise voice adoption. So this comes as a relief to investors who feared the hype cycle might be plateauing. OpenAI also made waves this week by approving its first insurance-specific apps via Twilio and Insurify, a move that caused a temporary 9% dip in the market and some insurance broker stocks as the market braced for AI-driven disintermediation. While we're on the number 100, and one of the most unusual financial moves of the decade, Alphabet sold $20 billion in bonds on February 10, including a rare 100-year tranche. The goal? To fund the eye-watering capital expenditure needed for AI chips and data centers. Analysts estimate that big tech will spend over $630 billion on AI infrastructure this year alone. So this 100-year bond, I find quite fascinating and looked up a bit on that. The century bond, as it's called, brought in £1 billion, 1 billion sterling in 100-year notes. So this is the first century bond issued by a tech company since Motorola did that in 1997. So demand was nearly 10 times higher than the offering, showing that pension funds and long-term investors believe Google's business model is resilient enough to survive until the year 2126. So good luck with that. There's a big battle growing outside of Ukraine in the EU, which is EU versus Meta. On the regulatory side, we're seeing a clear divide. The giants are raising billions to build the brain, while the regulators are fighting to ensure we can choose which brain we talk to. On February 9, the European Commission issued a formal warning to Meta, accusing the giant of abusing its dominant position by blocking third-party AI bots from WhatsApp. This warning is called a statement of obligations and usually precedes heavy fines. What was the trigger? In October 2025, Meta updated its WhatsApp Business API terms, and I hadn't noticed actually, but by January 2026, the third-party AI assistants, like those used by businesses to handle customer service via ChatGPT or Claude, were effectively blocked, leaving Meta AI as the only option. The EU competition chief, Teresa Ribera, warned interim measures. Of all the warnings in my life, I wish I could have gotten an interim measures warning. I would have settled for a statement of objections in, in my past. So, interim measures apparently are legal orders to force Meta to reopen the API immediately while the investigation continues to prevent irreparable harm to smaller AI startups. Of course, Meta argues that the market is already competitive enough. I mean, sure, we don't need any more competition, do we? Now, perhaps in an effort to not get its own statement of objections, Microsoft officially launched its Publisher Content Marketplace, or PCM, on February 4. This platform acts as a peace treaty between AI developers and publishers. Developers pay for access to high-quality premium training data. Publishers like Vox or AP and Condé Nast and all the other big writing online magazines, real magazines aren't real anymore, but they all get a new revenue stream and insights into how their data is being used. So this is a direct response to the endless copyright lawsuits plaguing the industry, attempting to move from scraping the web to licensing the truth. So good job, Microsoft. We hope you can keep the peace. For other quick hits, Cisco unveiled the Silicon One G300 chip specifically designed to help gigawatt scale data centers handle agentic workloads more efficiently. As a very senior executive said on complete promises of anonymity, this is not quite the HAL 9000, but we're getting close. Close quote. Did I open the quote? Yeah. So Meta rolled out AI-powered animated profile pictures, allowing users to turn static photos into waving or party hat-wearing avatars with a single prompt. And I've already seen about 20 of these this past week. They will not age well. Please stop. And for Nuo.ai, I hope I said that right. The startup raised $25 million to bring AI receptionists to small businesses, proving that the front desk AI niche is becoming big business. And there goes my side hustle idea. Would you like me to look up more details on any of these companies' stock performance? And nope, that was my AI text. I forgot to edit it. I'll get the team of editors in Bangalore to edit that. Okay, thanks guys. Have a great day ahead. All the best for tuning in and good luck on your AI journey. Thanks.